Hello, I'm back. I'm out driving, trying to get some Christmas stuff together. Uh, I have a lot to say today. Well, I'm not going to say it all today, but I do have something that I want to get off my chest. I've been noticing for the past few months since this pandemic started, um, aka the Great Awakening, actually really start come into play. That I've been having a whole lot of blockages in my body, definitely on my right side, and all in my head and back, shoulder. I've been to the doctors about it. They x-rayed me. All they told me it was arthritis and stuff, but no, they try to give me medicines and stuff like that to take for it, but I'm not taking no types of medicine. Nope, I don't think so. So I've been doing other things, like turmeric. I've been doing ginger. I've been doing meditation, stretching, yawning, a bunch of releases, like stuff that releases stuff out of your body, your bones and muscles and stuff like that. I have been doing a whole lot of that, and it actually helps. I mean, it's been helping me a lot and everything. And I noticed that when I talk to this lady, she's like, she has a YouTube channel. I'm not going to say her name, but actually the reason I won't say her name because I don't really know her name. I forget. But she told me that I have a lot of blockages in my body, and it makes sense. I really do. She said that I'm very stubborn and I'm very tight, and everything, with my belief, and she also told me that that when I speak, things manifest. So it's best for me to stay and think in a positive mind frame. And I've been doing it. And she also told me that I don't have to be so forceful and so strict in my belief, to just let it be, just let it flow. I also been noticing that, the pains and stuff that's going on in my body, has a lot to do with, stress and anxieties, and, in my lower chakra, like in my rear lower stomach and back, with a lot of tightness and pains and stuff going on there. So I realized that, the lower chakra deals with your fear and belief and stuff like that. So I've been trying to eat red, things that's the color of red, like orange and red, like strawberries, bell peppers, and stuff like that. I've been very open-minded to a whole lot of things to do to help my body mentally and physically, and it's been helping. There's some times where it comes back, but I know that that's just me that's constantly falling back, and I need to stay looking forward and cut out the fear and anxieties. I know that has a lot to do with the awakening, and a lot of shadow work is going on, and a lot of old things gonna come up, and it's meant for it to come up so you can release it. So I've been trying to do all of those things. Like, really, it's not easy at all. It's really not easy. If we was taught these things, while growing up or going to school, if we were taught how to do these things, how to release, things from your body, it wouldn't be so hard for us, like it is now. That's why it's good to depend on each other, to teach each other things, because I come on YouTube to find people that's going through the same things as me, so I can see what they know, and there might be things that I know that they don't know, and that's how we learn from each other, because these other people that's, in power is not going to tell us anything. Some of them want to tell us, some of them not going to tell us. But I noticed that that's why we have each other, so we can learn from each other. And I've been learning a lot lately. I mean, really, I have been learning a whole lot. And I'm not going to sit up here and make it seem like I know everything. I don't know everything. I'm still learning. I'm not perfect at all. Nobody is perfect, But the thing about it is I've been noticing that my body has been completely changing and going through a major awakening. A lot of twitching and muscles movements and stuff like that has been going on lately. And it's not just me, it's a lot of other people saying that they're going through the same thing as me and everything. So I don't feel so alone in this, Like I said, I have been to, the doctors about this type of stuff to see what was going on with my body, because I didn't know what was going on. I knew I probably had arthritis and everything, but I never had it before, so I don't know what arthritis feels like. But I also know that arthritis is nothing but like trapped energy in the body that gets in your bone and your muscles and stuff like that. And it, tightens and cause aches and pains and stuff like that. And I've been noticing a whole lot of that been going on. I hate the sun went away. I love when the sun be out. But I've been noticing a whole lot of that going on with me and doing this, great awakening. I've been noticing that a whole lot of things been going on with the skies and all around me. Like, I promise you, 2 weeks ago, I seen a shapeshifter. Like, really, I seen a shapeshifter. At Kroger's. At Kroger's store, I have seen a shapeshifter. Never thought I would ever see a shapeshifter. That was probably my second or third time seeing one. It's been a long time ago when I seen the first and second one. But I seen one here. I'm in Alabama. I seen one, and my daughter seen it. Because I seen the look on my daughter's face when she seen it. And I was like, whatever, man, they were pushy. We just trying to make sure we got out the way so they wouldn't notice that we seen them shift. Their face and everything had actually shift to something else. Like, right in front of our eyes. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, I used to hear people talk about this type of stuff on YouTube, shapeshifters and blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, whatever, I don't ever believe anything unless I actually witnessed and seen it for myself. I seen it for myself, people, and I couldn't believe it. I had to make sure that I wasn't just tripping, but my daughter seen it and everything. It was me, her, and that person. And it was another lady. We was on the same aisle. But the other lady wasn't looking. She wasn't paying no attention. But me and my daughter, for some reason, I happened to look over at the person. And when I looked over them the first time, I seen how they looked. I seen their face. I seen everything how they look. I promise you, I seen how they looked. And everything. They had on brown jackets, some blue jeans, some glasses. Had some short brown hair. And then, right in that same spot where they were standing there, I turned and looked again. They was something else. They was wearing some other type of jeans. They had on a black jacket, had some longer hair, and then they looked at us out of the corner of our eyes, out the corner of their eyes, and everything. And they were trying to see, did we see them? But my daughter, she's so smart. I'm so happy and so proud of my daughter that she played along too. She didn't see anything. She seen out of the corner of her eye. She said, Mom, I was looking at him the whole time. She said when I looked at him and everything, he looked at me. But then when I looked away and everything, that's when I saw his clothes change and everything. And I said, what? I said, yeah, I noticed that. I said, it was not like somebody just popped up. Popped up in that spot. It was nobody there. And he was still standing there. You know how you doing something and you see somebody out the corner of your eyes and everything? He was there. The whole time he was standing right there. The whole entire time he was standing there. And didn't move at all. We just looked up and he was somebody else. Come on now. So I was like, that was a shapeshifter. He shifted to something else. Like, why would he do that right in front of us? Like, I guess he didn't think that we was noticing or paying him any attention, because we was acting like we didn't pay him any attention. We played it off good. We didn't even, because when I go to girl stores, I just pay attention to what I'm doing. I don't try to pay attention to what nobody else is doing or what they saying. Nothing, unless they talking directly to me. But when I saw that, I just hurried up and get from that aisle, because I felt some type of vibe coming from on that aisle. I just felt some type of vibe. And my daughter was like, Mama, I'm ready to go and everything. She didn't even want to get the rest of her stuff that she wanted and everything. We went to Walmart, to get the rest of the stuff, because I just felt so uncomfortable, because I felt like he knew we saw him, because the way he kept looking at us. And I was like, oh, let's get up out of here, He might notice. He might notice that we saw him and everything. So we just hurried up and got up out the store. I said, let's go. And we left. So it's like I'm starting to notice a whole lot of things. Like, in my sleeping has been so crazy. Like, I've been having I always have sleep paralysis sometimes. And when I have sleep paralysis, I usually never see anything. But I know that sleep paralysis means that there's something that's trying to communicate with you. Whether it's good or evil, it's something that's trying to communicate with you. It's something there. It's something in your room. But the other night, it was this man in my room while I was in a sleep paralysis. And the thing about it was, I wasn't even afraid. Usually I'd be afraid in a sleep paralysis. I'd be scared. I'd be trying to get out of it and everything. But for some reason, I was in the sleep paralysis, and I felt myself going in it. And it's like I was talking to him. And he was like sitting above, like over my head. And there, like, I'm laying in the bed, and he's like sitting by my bed or something, like he squat down and everything, and he was talking to me. And I couldn't see his face. His face was real dark. It's like he had a hat on or something, and he was covering his face. The only thing I saw was his teeth. And I remember asking him, let me see your teeth. And he showed me his teeth, and his teeth was kind of like, brownish. It looked bad looking. Not real bad, but like a person had been brushing their teeth in a while or whatever. And then I was like, oh, your teeth and everything. He was like, oh, well, let me see your teeth and everything. He was asking to see my teeth and everything. And I saw his hand over me, like he had his arm like over me, like he was like had his arm over me like this, And I'm just talking to him, and then for some reason, I guess I was my conscious mind, because my unconscious mind was talking to him, but my conscious mind, was actually waking up to what was going on. And I guess he realized that my conscious mind was waking up to what was going on, and I didn't see him no more. And that's when I was trying to wake up out of it and everything. I was like, oh, I saw my TV was on and everything, and I was just trying my best to get up out of it. I was like, okay, let me get out of this. I kept trying to shake my body up out of it, like, I'm gonna get up out of this, And I got up out of it, and then that's when I was looking around. I was like, oh my God, like, who was that talking to me, So I've been having some weird experiences, but at the same time, I'm trying to be open-minded, and I'm trying to, like, get over my anxieties and my fears of stuff like that, because I don't want my fears and my anxieties to hold me back. Even though I know, your anxieties and fears are like overprotective. We call it. It's like an overprotective thing. Like it's overprotective. It's trying to save you, and it's trying to keep you from going too far. It limits you from going too far and everything. So you have fear and everything. So, and anxieties and stuff. Anxieties are like, I want to say anxieties is like something like, what you call it? Anxiety is like a,
strong words for Mr. Nude.
It's like a warning. It's like a warning.
We're doing
You know, your body, your body or something is warning you of something and everything that's not, it's not there that you can't see, but it's like you're sensing it. So I know anxieties and fear, all this stuff seems bad, but at the same time, it's actually protecting you. The thing about it, what makes it bad, is if you stay in it. If you stay in fear, if you stay in your anxiety, if you let it control you, then it becomes a problem. Those things are only there to limit you to go too far to things that you're not ready to see yet or witness yet. Is you got to be ready, you know, because there's things out there that we don't know about and we're not aware of, and we call it the unknown because we haven't been taught it. So it's like we have fear there to protect you from those things until you're ready. You know, it's like a teacher. You know, it's teaching you and stuff like that until you're ready. Until you're ready to graduate, to move on, to move forward. So I suffered a lot with anxieties and stuff like that. But, you know, ginger and stuff, it helps me a lot. Meditation, I've really been trying to do my meditations. The thing about meditation is I have to learn how to focus and concentrate. I have to master those things. It's important to master concentration and focus, because when you master concentration and focus, then you can, meditation should be no problem. You can close all the windows down in your mind and you can be able to get clear messages when you learn how to focus and concentrate. I had a guide, one of my guides in the astral world, when I astral projected out of this world into the we call it the fifth dimension, which is the inner you. She asked me, did I know how to concentrate? And I told her, I lied. I said, yeah, but I didn't know how to concentrate. I'm trying to do it now and stuff like that, learn how to concentrate, because, man, I overthink too much. Like, oh my God, it's terrible when I overthink. Because when I overthink, I get to scaring myself. I live in my head too much, and I'm trying not to live in my head so much, because you become a prisoner in your own head and everything and be trapped by a bunch of fears. So I am trying to get off that. Like, really, I've been trying to get off it. I told myself that if I don't do this right, then I'm going to forever be stuck. And I'm like, I refuse to be stuck. So I'm going to master it. I'm going to get it together. One way or another, I'm going to get it together and everything, because this awakening is happening. And if you ain't on that bandwagon, you're going to get left behind and everything. You're going to forever be stuck in listening to what these outsiders talk about and going by what they say, and, you know, following them, and they leading you in the wrong directions and places you don't want to be in, places you don't want to go. So I learned to follow my own instincts, follow my own mind, follow my own heart, follow my own inner God, follow my own oversoul, follow my own guides, follow my own spirits, helpers, whatever you want to call it. That's what I'm going by and everything. I'm not following a book. I'm not following, you know, man. You know, unless people are on the same frequency and energy and vibe as me, then, hey, I'm all for following you too and everything. I told myself that I'm going to stop being so stubborn in my own beliefs and everything. Like, I don't have to be so stubborn in it, you know. I can just, if I believe it, I believe it, and just let it go. And I'm doing it. I'm learning to let a whole lot of things go and everything. That's why I'm doing this video. This is me releasing and letting everything out and everything. Like I told myself, crying and sneezing, pooping, laughing, coughing, scratching, yearning, all those things are releases. You know, it's you releasing those things about your body. Get it out of you. I've been taking my black seeds. I have activated charcoal. I've been keeping salmon in my diet. A whole lot of things that I am trying to do, because, like I said, I'm open-minded to a whole lot of things. You can only try everything at least once and everything. I'm not going to sit up here and say, I'm not going to do that, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that. You know, you never know what's for you until you try it. So I am going to do that. I'm not fit to live in fear no more. I'm not going to let fear control my life anymore and everything. I think I'm trying to move forward. So
Let's not talk about it in front
if
of the
not,
boy. Or girl, or
I'm gonna have to
whatever he is.
this whole thing all over again and wait until the next awakening, and that's just not no. I feel like I've been here too long and everything. It's time to, you know, join the galactic, we call it the galactic federation families. Like they're actually, you know, they up there waiting for us to wake up. They waiting for a mass of awakening to happen. Not everybody has to wake up. It's just a certain percentage of people have to wake up, and a lot of them are here and they came here to actually wake up the world and everything. And I feel like they waiting for us to all wake up and everything so they can actually start the process. You know, even though the process has started, they trying to start their process. They finna do their work now and everything like they have been doing for the longest, but now they finna actually come out. They're not finna be hiding anymore. You know, they finna come out. And that's why we're living in the times of truth, because it is a time of truth. You know, nothing in this universe can be hidden in the dark forever. You know, it can't be. If we all open our hearts, open our minds and everything, there'll be so much light shown in the universe, and you'll see all the secrets, everything that was hidden, you will see it and everything. So I feel that once the mass awakening has happened, and I think the percentage has reached now. I think the percentage has actually reached, because that's why a lot of people are seeing these things now in the skies and having dreams and having these visits, because a mass awakening has reached its, you know, its limit now. We're there. A lot of people all over the world, a lot of light workers, you know, a lot of all types of beings that came here, you know, have awakened. They actually, they know their call now. They know that they're calling, and they're waking up, and they're making YouTube videos. They're, you know, in the music industry, waking people up. You know, they're everywhere. In politics, they're everywhere. Trust me, it's a lot of light workers, and you know, a lot of people here that's actually out here that's in other fields of doing work and everything, that they're waking people up, and it's happening. You know, it's happening, and whether people believe in it or not, it's happening. You know, you don't have to agree with me. You don't have to agree with whoever else saying the same thing. You know, if you just take the time out to actually believe in something instead of believing in your government, you know, you'll see for yourself too that it's something great is happening. This pandemic happened for a reason. This quarantine wasn't started by man. It was not. Earth been on a quarantine for a very, very, very long time. The whole entire Earth has a dome that we've been under quarantine. We're coming from under the quarantine now. The light beams are actually they actually taking it off now. They're like, okay, the quarantine is being lifted from Earth. You know, it's time for y'all to come home. It's time for y'all to join the rest of the family and everything. It's time to wake people up. It's time, you know. It's time to do this. The time is now. So we have to do this. You know, whether you like it or not, it's going to happen. You know, a lot of us probably won't be able to see it all. We're on the top of the iceberg right now, and a whole lot of us will see it. You know, and it's gonna continue to happen. Everything's gonna change. You know, so be aware.